This is the Bose QC Earbud 2, and it might just be the first Bluetooth earbud to get an Android user to consider buying an Apple Airpods Pro. This is the latest from Bose, the QC Earbuds 2, and while it might seem a little bit bulky, this is what it looks like in my ear. And this is what the AirPods Pro Gen 2 look like. It's actually not that different. And the case? Well, okay. But look, it's massively improved from the previous generation, and it's finally small enough to fit in the back of a family sedan. But never mind all that. The Bose QC Earbuds 2 uses a combination of silicone ear tips as well as wingtips to actually secure them in your ear, and boy are they secure. I've run for 4 kilometers, and there's 3 things I noticed. By the way, you're listening to the microphone of the Bose QC Earbuds 2. There's construction noise going on, there's traffic, there's a whole bunch of things. That first thing I noticed was it's really comfortable. It's very snug, does not bounce around, it's brilliant for working out. But if you feel that it's a little too snug, use one size lower wingtips and it still remains very comfortable. Just not perfect for running. Number 2, I noticed wind noise. Wind noise is nowhere as close to certain other earbuds out there, but in strong winds or if you're running fast, you do definitely hear it. In which case, set up a profile for running in the app and lower the noise cancelling in that profile by about 30 to 50%, and basically the wind noise melds with the ambient noise and you don't mind as much. And number 3, this is a 2-part thing. First of all, you should go ahead and hit that like button. And as a nice bonus, they also have this long flat stem, and because that stem is not rounded, the touch control on that stem is really easy to get to even while you're out and running. You get all the normal touch controls, but you also get swipe up and down for volume, and it really works well. Now that Bose has finally got the comfort right, what about ANC? Bose has always been about active noise cancellation. Version 1 of the QC earbuds was the best in the market. How does version 2 do? Incredible. The Bose QC earbuds, by my measurements, are still the best active noise cancellation performance out there. And in 20 seconds, I'm going to break it down really easy and tell you exactly why. Okay, look, this line up here, that red line, that's our noise signal. That's what needs to be cancelled and reduced and made quiet. Below that, we've got 3 lines, right? AirPods Pro, that's the green one. The blue line here is the Sony XM4 earbuds, and the orange line is the Bose QC Earbuds Gen 2. The lower the line, the more the noise reduction. That's it. This is the bass frequencies right down here. This is your engine hum from a bus or a truck, diesel generators, all that noise, that's in these frequencies over here. And you can see all 3 lines do roughly the same thing, which means all 3 earbuds are kind of equal at reducing those sounds. A little above here, the Bose is actually a little bit better than the Sony, but the AirPods Pro actually do quite a bit better just in this narrow region here. But as soon as you get into that mid-range and higher frequency stuff, that's where the wheat separates from the chaff. See the green line up here? That's the AirPods Pro. It's still pretty good. That is still 12 to 25 decibels of reduction. But in this comparison today, it doesn't hold a candle to the Sony XM4. That's the blue line. And even below that, right here, that's the Bose QC earbuds. It's the lowest and therefore it has the highest amount of noise reduction. So to this day, I can safely say that the Bose QC earbuds still retain their position as the best ANC performance. But the competition is clearly catching up really fast. Almost as fast as you going and clicking that subscribe button. While you do that, I'm going to talk about transparency. Well, when it comes to transparency, I think we can all agree that the AirPods Pro are the best. Gen 2, even better. Same level of transparency with adaptive transparency to cut out the higher frequencies at loud volume. Clearly the kings. Until these guys arrived. The Bose QC Earbuds 2, I can happily report, is every bit as good as the AirPods Pro 1 and 2. They are so natural sounding that you basically even forget they're in your ear. Now, Bose also says there's an adaptive transparency mode that is supposed to work like the AirPods Pro Gen 2, but I wasn't able to test and measure that, so I can't really speak to it. Maybe it only activates at really high volumes that I can't simulate here. I'm just gonna take their word for it. We're gonna assume that it works for now. Now this is a very Bose kind of tuning. You've got a lot of bass and a lot of sub bass. You get a lot of low rumble that comes in nice and meaty. If you like that sort of thing, you're going to love these. The mid-range is definitely muddied. It's a little further down in the mix and seems like it's coming from a little bit farther away. It's definitely been suppressed here because of the kind of tuning it has. And when it comes to the upper mids and highs, well, that's where there's a definite emphasis in the sort of 3 kHz region. But it never gets sharp, it never gets shouty, and it never gets sibilant. It's really well tuned, but it is tuned a very specific way. And if you want a nice, clean mid-range that's not recessed, you're not going to get that here. You're going to get emphasis on the bass and some emphasis in the upper mids, not necessarily the highs. Now, if you want a very detailed audiophile sound, this is probably not it. The Sony XM4 definitely does better in terms of resolution, quality, the speed of reproduction of sounds, all of those things. But the Bose is quite nice sounding, but it is a very Bose sound. Now I do have the measurements, I'm not going to bore you with that, but if you hit that subscribe button, you can see all the community posts and all the juicy details and other videos. You get the idea. Alright, so let's take stock. We've got earbuds that fit really well, that are really comfortable, that have absolutely class-leading ANC performance once again, and now possibly some of the best transparency modes ever. Plus, they pair with your phone really fast and you can pull connections from one device to the other really easy. What more could you possibly want? Well, you're in luck, because if that's all you want and nothing else matters, then that's all you're gonna get, because it kind of goes downhill from here. Now, don't get me wrong, pairing is not a problem, but every single time you want to make a change in the app, you want to activate one of those features that it has, you've got to put the earbuds back in the case. That's the only way the app can actually connect to the device. So if you've got them in your ear, you can't actually customize it. And the app takes ages to actually connect to the device, and sometimes it just straight up hangs. Like, there are a couple of features I'll mention. They're not groundbreaking, but let's mention them anyway. Feature number 1 is a 3-band EQ. I suggest you push up that mid-range a little bit, just my preference, I'm not telling you what to do with your life. Feature number 2 is the ability to set custom noise cancelling profiles. Basically, I've got one set to commute, for example, where I've set noise cancelling at 50% so that I can hear some of that outside sound around me for awareness. That's great. Although the Sony XM4 does it automatically based on your movement, but hey, at least you've got the option to do it manually. Now, one cool feature is self-voice. When you're on a phone call, you can set the amount of your own voice that you can hear while you're on the phone call. That's, I think, pretty neat. But if you want to change anything, you got to put the earbuds back in the case and only then use the app, and even then the app hangs, the app crashes, and half the time it takes so long to even make changes and transfer those changes onto the earbud that you wonder if it's actually doing anything. Suffice it to say, the app experience is really bad. And from a features point of view, clearly, there's not much there. $300 and it doesn't even give you multi-point. And that is exactly why I can't really recommend this device to anyone. Who would buy this? Well, to be fair, I can think of 2 people who would buy this. Person number 1, the consummate Bose fan. And person number 2, somebody who wants the absolute best active noise cancellation performance, bar none, because you get both of those things and you get a well-made device that has fantastic transparency mode, class-leading active noise cancellation. I mean, it's a good device, but it's also $300. How's this for an argument? If you're an Android user and you choose to buy the AirPods Pro Gen 2, you get basically the same performance, great transparency, fantastic comfort, and a snug fit while you're working out. Smaller case, but with the same battery life out of the earbuds, and you get pretty darn good ANC. In other words, almost the same experience as the Bose QC Earbuds, but you save $60. Think about that. The Apple Airpods Pro Gen 2 gives you the same level of experience and saves you $60, and might just be a better purchase decision for an Android user. See what I mean? At this point, the smartest thing you could possibly do is hit that subscribe button, so I see you in the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been the Bose QC Earbuds 2. You've been watching What's New. Stay happy, stay peaceful, stay colorful. Namaste.